Let me get my charger just in case my phone. Hold up. I gotta get my charger just in case my phone died. Hold on.
Oh yeah, we're good. You're good. We're gonna wait on you, but yeah, we're live now. Welcome, folks. Appreciate you jumping in. This is, of course, the 86 Boxing Channel, but this is orchestrated by all these gentlemen right here. So salute to everyone on board. Elvis Tobler, Skywalker Boxing, Tim Witherspoon the third, or the second. Well, yeah, no, third. That'll be the third. Yeah, right. And then
you got it mixed up. Hey.
Tim Witherspoon Jr. And then Ernest Johnson. Eddie, what's up? Coastal Boxing Club. And then none other than the former world heavyweight champion himself, Terrible Tim Witherspoon. How's everyone doing tonight?
Everyone's good.
Lovely Wednesday.
Hey,
in the house. That's right.
Yeah, a lot of people want to hear from you, Tim, for sure. Terrible Tim. That's good to hear, though. That's good to hear that all is good. So, yeah, man,
okay.
Yeah, it's always great hearing your stories, and I will say that very entertaining. I know you have your own YouTube channel out there. Yeah, how's that going for you? How you liking this new YouTube world?
We've been doing it for like a couple of years. I think it's really good. I think it's good. There's a lot of knowledge. If everybody tune in, you can find things out. You can find out what happened years ago and ahead. And just like what we're doing now, you know, there's a lot of young people that they're searching for a direction to go in. And a lot of them are looking at the YouTube channel for boxing, for skills, all that. So it's a good thing. It's a great thing.
All right, that's good. That's good. Yeah, appreciate you sharing that. We have others hopping in here. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more.
That's my man. That's my man, Bruce. He know the old time stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He know the old time stuff.
What's going on, Bruce? What's going on, brother?
Salute to everybody, man. I'm honored to be invited on this.
I just got finished talking to a heavyweight, Franklin. I can't say his last name. He can't because he's a black brother. He's from his descendants are from Africa, like ours and all that. And he had broke his wrist. He's undefeated. He broke his wrist, and I didn't know it. He didn't call me in like about a month, and then he just called me right before I came on, and I told him you possibly could go on my son's, or you can go on my son or whoever podcast and tell everybody about what's going on and stuff. He's undefeated, like 9-0.
Nice.
Franklin, I can't say his last name. I'm about Gogo or something. What's up, Bruce?
Not much, my brother. Not much, man.
What's up, Bruce?
Hey, Timmy, hanging in there, man. Hey, Coach, how you doing, my brother? Man, that was a tough night, Saturday night. That was a tough fight to watch, bro.
Yeah, it was tough, man.
Yeah.
Tough. I mean, you know, it is boxing.
Say that again.
None of us know how it is until we're inside the ring. So I don't know. I mean, my job is to make sure he can go 12 rounds, and boxing coaches have their job. But when you're sitting on the side and you're watching the fight, it's nothing. No one can tell the story but the fighter, because what they see, sometimes we don't see. And I wanted the fight to turn out a different way, but it is what it is. And I never talked any shit about the fights. I was giving the motherfuckers facts, So the fact is that the kid didn't knock nobody out, and we had an opportunity to win the fight, but it didn't turn our way. And here we are. We got to go back to the drawing board. And Regis said he wanted to be 2-time world champion. He did that, and now he wants to be 3-time world champion, which would be a great accomplishment for him. I think he could do it. If he said it, he'll do it again. But it was great, man. It was a great experience. We've been there before, but it's different when you in the heat of the moment, man. No one really knows. So I was blessed, man. Blessed to be a part of it.
Who was the boxer's name? Who was the boxer, and where is he from?
He's from New Orleans, Louisiana, and we fought a kid from Bay Area, Devin Haney. We fought him.
Tim, that's Regis. That's Regis's strength and conditioning coach.
Oh, I know. If all you had to do was say the names. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. All right.
It's Regis coach. Yeah.
We
You just got to bounce back.
We're on a bunch of shows with Elvis, bro. I mean, he does it from the heart, man. He's old school like us, and it's awesome to have him on here. And I got to give you a lot of credit, bro. You come on here, you eat your crow. You did what you did, and you're hanging your head high, and just move on and conquer the next fighter, bro.
Absolutely. It's funny because people thought I was trying to. They was like, "What are you gonna say now, coach?"
You talking about the Haney? You talking about the Haney fight, right?
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, man, it is what it is." I mean, I shook the kid's hand like I said I would. What did it go my way? No, but I shook his hand like a man and congratulate the young champion. And we both move on to different things. And prayerfully, we'll come back to this moment again, and we'll be successful. But it's boxing, So
You talking about the Haney fight? You talking about the Haney fight?
Yeah.
Okay, you talking about the Haney fight, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I watched some of that fight, and the guy that he fought, right?
Yeah.
I think he definitely needs a lot more training and defense. I'm sorry, my daughter just coming in. Okay, I'm sorry, Shania. Okay, I'm on the podcast. All right. I'm sorry. I watched the fight, and he didn't have no movement in front of him. Okay, he had no movement. And it seems like he was fighting like an amateur. I don't want to criticize bad and people get mad at me. He had heart, but all he needed was to learn how to, because he didn't seem like he knew this movement was like just awkward. Like, if this is the same fight.
That's the same
It just
fight.
recently happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I was looking at him, and he need a lot more training. I'm criticized. You can criticize me all you want. I still love you. I don't care. I'll just take it in and just go about my business. But I watched that fight, and I said, the dude got a lot of heart. He's strong. His movement is not mature enough. And a lot of trainers these days, they don't want to hear it. I came from the old school, but I was watching it yesterday, matter of fact. I watched a little bit of it, like 3 rounds, and Devin Haney kept backing up. He don't know how to fight standing straight there with you. He was backing up the whole fight, and he won. So Devin Haney needs to stand his ground. Go ahead, Bruce.
No, I was going to say, what did you think of the fact that Devin Haney came in that ring at 165 pounds, bro? I mean, that's a fucking, that's not right, bro. That's just too unfair.
165 pounds, bro.
He was too heavy, right?
Yeah.
165. He put on 25 pounds in one day with hydration. I've been in nutrition for the last 35 years. I never heard of anybody hydrated.
Gotta be an IV involved.
Do that.
Gotta be an IV involved in that. And
so you saying he's a middleweight, really? You saying he's a middleweight?
Yeah, basically, it's likely.
A fucking super middleweight.
Super 165. He came in.
Oh yeah, that is right.
Okay.
That's Canelo Alvarez way.
I didn't care.
Knock nobody out.
He don't got middleweight punch resistance.
No.
Yeah, that is true.
No.
Well, all I saw was him backing it up, countering. When you got to show, a lot more than that. He's winning fights, but suppose he fight a Joe Frazier or a Mike Tyson like guy, they be in his behind for all the rounds. Haney gonna be in trouble because you got to learn how to come forward and say I'm the ball with your punches instead of backing up all the time. So that shows me not fair. I don't know if he's scared, but why back? I ain't backing up. I'm gonna make you miss right in front of me, and if I have to back up, I'll do it to throw punches. But he was backing up the whole fight. I wonder if anybody taught him how to fight coming forward.
Well, I think the kid has
the whole fight.
Yeah, he has an arsenal. Regis had 24 knockouts. I honestly wanted to bait him into a fight. That's why I was saying
I was talking about Devin Haney, not Regis. I was talking about.
Yeah, I know. So
no, real quick, and I'm gonna let you go. I was just talking about Devin Haney.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I was
get Devin.
I was talking about Haney, not Regis. Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to get Haney to get into a fight. I was trying to piss him off, and I thought I had him by the ropes. He came out and he squared up. I said, "Oh, he in trouble." Then a motherfucker got on his bicycle. He got on his bicycle and started running, but he had to do. That was his game plan.
Hey, so Elvis, real quick, is Regis going to continue to campaign at 140?
Oh, Devin got on his bike and start rolling. He started on the move.
He will. I think he's going to stay 40. I don't think he's 47.
Okay.
But he may change his mind. That ain't my decision. That's for him and the boxing coach to think about.
Yeah, I don't know.
If he stayed, we can still train. But either way, I'm down.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Hey, can I ask Senior a question? I got a question.
Well, it's going to be controversy. It's going to be controversy.
Oh, can you hear me, Senior?
Yes.
All right, I got a question for you. So look, you see all this technology we have. Yes, you, Tim Senior. We got all this technology here where we're able to go and see people training and seeing different techniques and things like that. How would this technology that we have today have impacted you guys back in your time? What would it have meant to you guys to have been able to have?
We did. Well, say we did things like watch the video before you fight the guy. We used to watch for the weaknesses and practice on how to get rid of practice your opponent weaknesses and strengths. So we say like Larry Holmes got a hell of a jab. We practiced 2 months blocking jabs. We had guys with good jabs, and my trainer he trained Tim too. You would get up there and block the jab for like a month and a half. We took Larry Holmes' jab away, and he had enough. So what the boxers need to do is get some footage of their opponent, and then find out their weaknesses and strengths, and work on that. And that's how when the bell ring, you'll be expecting what you was watching on TV. I don't think that the boxer in front of him could add something. You could add something on, but the weaknesses and the strengths, you get a hold of them. And like 60%, 70% of the fight is won.
Yeah.
If you execute, we took Larry Holmes' jab away, and he didn't have nothing else. Watch the fight.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
His jab. Everybody said his jab was the best, right? But when I fought him, he barely hit me with it because we practice all the time. So encourage your boxers. If you got video of your opponent, do look at it because it's definitely going to help you.
They sent you home from Jerry Cooney's camp because you took away that left hook, and they didn't want anybody to know that.
Yep, my trainer Slim. Real quick. My trainer Slim, who's really smart. He's really smart and he's intelligent. When Jerry leaned down to throw that left hook, all I had to do was take a little step over. We made him look. They fired me. And I only had a couple of fights, but they fired us. They sent us home because we was making them look bad. And then I think I cut him over the nose. I cut him over the top and over top of hair. So they didn't want Cooney to look bad. And me and Cooney cool. I love that brother. But all I had to do, as soon as Cooney went down to throw that hook, all I had to do was step over, and we made him look bad doing that. And so we didn't stay in this camp long. They left. They got rid of us. They said, "Oh, we don't need you no more," and send me home early. But when I first went to the camp, we walked into the gym, and there was guys laying up against the wall, like about 7 of them, right? And some of them had braces on their arm. They had their ribs was all patched up, and it was all beat up. There was one guy. His name was what was the heavyweight? I fought him too. Jeff Sims. He was tough. Jeff Sims was the only one because he was strong, he was short, but he was a heavyweight, he was strong. He was the only one standing, but all his sparring partners were sitting up there. One had a broken arm, one jaw was broken, and Jerry Cooney, his gloves, they dug real quick. They took all the stuff out the middle of his gloves where the knuckles at, and they taped his hand and put electrical tape. Yeah, they put electrical tape around his knuckles, and he only had on, I think, 12s, and he was a big heavyweight. 14s. He didn't have 16. They were small gloves. And my trainer said, Tim, don't worry about it. We're gonna be all right. And we did. We did.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. That is pretty crazy.
He could punch with that left up. I think he's left-handed, Bruce, because he really whipped that left uppercut, but that right hand wasn't nothing. I think Jerry Cooney's left-handed.
I think Larry Holmes must have paid attention to Tim Witherspoon, and he went in there and he taught Jerry that left hook ain't gonna win you the heavyweight championship of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Champ, I got a question.
Real quick,
how did you and Ali start training, start sparring together? You and Muhammad Ali. Do you have any stories about
Muhammad Ali? Okay, so what happened was I was sparring with Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, who's the light heavyweight champ of the world. And we helped him. My trainer helped him. He couldn't even throw a left hook right properly. And my trainer started training him and got him throwing that left hook right. So we was in camp. I was training with him. I was training with Eddie. We sparring with him. And then Ali just pulls up in his car. It's right before he's fighting Larry Holmes. So he just pulled up and everything stopped. He pulled up to Deer Lake. All y'all guys need to come up there, try and get up to Deer Lake, PA, where Ali's camp is, and check it out. And you'll get goosebumps when you walk through all the stuff there. But so Ali pulls up, and we all sparring, and all the sparring stopped. He walked into the gym. All the sparring stopped. Everybody, Ali. Ali said, finish. Go ahead, keep finish. And so we finished sparring, and then afterwards, when he seen me spar, he was like, hey man, I'm getting ready to fight Larry Holmes, man. I want to hire you as a sparring partner. And I said, okay. I don't know what was going on. I was young, coming up. I was like, I was just really grateful meeting the greatest of all times. I only had like 3 or 4 professional fights. And he wanted me, and I went and sparred with him, but he was sick. He was sick when he fought Larry Holmes.
Wow. Yes, he
was sick.
What a pleasure. What a blessing to meet a man at that stature, man. I wish I could have met Ali, bro. Ali and
let me briefly tell you what happened. Let me briefly tell you what happened, okay? So when I was sparring with Ali, I was looking for him to whip on me. I was like Slim said, Tim, you got a good defense. Just keep your hands up and work with him. So when I got in there and the bell rung, things was easy. I was like banging him and hitting him. And then I noticed it was too easy to hit him in his head. So I was like hitting him. And so I went back to the corner and I said, Slim, something might be wrong with Ali. I said, something might be wrong because I'm easily hitting him with these shots. And Slim said, yeah, Tim, I noticed that. He said, just keep going to the body. So when I get spar with Ali, I would have my hand not like a fish. I would keep it like this, and I would keep it like this, and I would slap him. So Slim said, Tim, don't hit him with a ball fist, slap him. So okay, all we sparring all this time is me, a whole bunch of other guys, Tony Chubbs, we sparring him. So when we went to Vegas when he was fighting, this is a true story. We went to Vegas. Ali didn't never progress. He was like weak all the time. They was trying to get him strong. We went to Vegas, and here I am, a young kid, sparring with him, and I want to go right home. The average kid from the hood probably want to stay there and party and hang out. So I was trying to get Howard Bingham. So he's the man that worked for Ali. That's his photographer, but he was in charge of sending people getting the plane tickets. So we were on the 11th. We was on some other floor, but Ali and Holmes had the 11th and 10th floor, the whole floor. So I had to go up to the 11th floor. I think Ali was on there. So I'm walking down the hall, and I'm hearing all this screaming and shouting. I'm saying, what the hell is going on? So I kept walking. All of a sudden, I walked past. True story, guys. I walked past and I looked. I said, that's Ali. Ali was sitting on the bed like a little baby. He had the towel around his neck, and everybody was arguing in the room. True story. Arguing in the room about whether he should fight or don't fight. This is when he get ready to fight Larry Holmes. And I'm like, I stayed there for like 5 minutes. I was like, damn, they arguing, they fighting. So I went down to Harold Bingham room. I said, yo, man, I got to get out of here, man. Can you get my ticket and all that? And he was frustrated. It seemed like everybody was frustrated in the whole thing. And I was like, damn. So his wife was getting mad at me, Harold Bingham. I said, all right. And Harold Bingham said, okay, Tim, I'm going to come over and tell you and give you your flight and all that. On the way back, they was arguing about not letting Ali fight. And he was sick. And then there was some people who said, no, he all right. And Ali was sitting there like a little kid that with candy in his mouth. He had the towel around it doing this while they was arguing. And I said, oh, so I went back to the Dunes Hotel where I was staying, and I was telling everybody, man, Ali might not fight. I said, he might not fight, man. They was over there fighting and arguing about him fighting. And then don't you know when the bell rung, when the fight went off, you could tell he wasn't going to win the fight. He was that weak. This is a true story, guys, about Larry Holmes fighting Ali. They were arguing about whether he should fight and not fight within about 5 days, 6 days before the fight.
Damn.
I witnessed it with my own eyes. I was like, whoa.
That's crazy.
Okay, let's move. Let's keep moving.
I knew something.
That's a true story.
And I don't know. I think Larry Holmes knew what was going on, and he still.
Yeah, something was wrong with Ali. He was sick.
I didn't like that.
No,
man. That hurt me, man. That fight took a lot out of me. I think I.
Larry didn't know. Larry knew.
I went to see that fight on close.
Yeah,
I went to see it on close. About 7,000 people in the Providence Civic Center, and when you were walking out, you could have heard a pin drop. I mean, you know, we expected the Muddy Casey to hit that run one more time, and it was like, you know, what happened? Ali just got beat up. He got stomped. I mean, it was like, this is, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I just want to go to bed. I don't even want to go out and have a drink, man. You know, take me home. Just it was surreal, bro. It really was, man. I think that's what the last time that
we kind of already knew, though.
Yeah, you knew, man. I tell you, you should have got the house.
Already knew.
You should have went to the casino and taken your sparring. You should have went to the casino and taken your sparring partner's check and made some big dough in that fight, man. You had some inside information. You knew Ali wasn't going to win that fight. Go ahead.
I didn't hear you, Bruce. I didn't hear you.
No, I was just trying to keep the conversation. Go ahead, bro. I got a bad habit of cutting people off. I got to stop that. I got to mute the mic.
No, everything's good.
Just a little lag, probably.
It was a lot of things that happened. I didn't even in my wildest dream think I'll ever be a part of these things. That's why I always tell young people, you know, work hard, do the best you can do, because you never know where you're going to wind up. Don't let nobody stop you from doing what you love the best. And don't all these obstacles. Don't just work hard, and you are going to be great one day. Whatever it's boxing, basketball, football. Don't never give up and work hard. That's what I'll be telling young people.
Absolutely. 100% with that.
Yeah, that is. Hey, Tim, I wanted to ask you something because you mentioned it before, and I'm in agreement with it in terms of, you know, in boxing, a lot of that great knowledge was passed down by some of the greatest trainers that we've seen in the sport's history. And I feel like we don't have as many of those guys around right now. We have boxers who are, and I know you mentioned, you know, a lot of the techniques. You knew how to block with your glove and all that stuff. But some today, they don't know how to do that. And I think it's because of a shortage of some of that historical knowledge that was generally passed down just from on and on while you were in the gym.
Yes. Yes, George. I was around Georgie Benton, Hank Drum, all those guys. Joe Frazier. My trainer had got a lot of respect. Willie the Worm, Georgie Benton. You know what I'm saying? And everybody respected Slim. He trained Tim too. He trained my son. For a bit. And you know, I helped training Tim too. Everybody respected him. I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick that I was standing there. Here I am, a young buck, and we were in camp. I was sparring with Ali in California, and Emmanuel Stewart was there. I hate to talk negative about people, and I'm gonna call this negative because I love Emmanuel. He passed away. So my trainer's there, and we in the gym. And he is giving my trainer so much respect that I was confused. I said, wait a minute. He trained Tommy Hearns, the hitman, but he was acting like my trainer was God. And I was like, whoa. I said, wait a minute. What the hell is going on? You know? And I was like, I was confused. And then my trainer was just telling me that Emmanuel, just for an amateur, and this is exact words. He said, "This Tommy Hearns is really putting him up there." This is what he said to me. And I don't really talk about Emmanuel because I love him. I talked to him before and everything, and we was in the presence so many times. But my trainer, he was like, I said, I'm confused. I was like, he was asking my trainer a lot of different things, and I was like, okay. I was confused then. And so my trainer was telling me that Emmanuel is he's a good offensive fighter, but in terms of defense, he don't really have a clue. That's what he said. So if you notice, Tommy Hearns was really offense.
All of them.
Tommy Hearns was 100% offense.
Yeah, all those
matter of fact, all of them, the defense wasn't good.
Yep, all of them.
Go ahead.
McClellan, I mean, you go right down the lot. I mean, and you gotta appreciate your trainer. If Emmanuel Stewart is looking up to your trainer like he's the main man, then you know Slim Jim was the man, bro.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Wow.
I was confused. I'm serious. I was confused, and I was confused, and I was like, I can't believe what they're saying. So I kept my mouth closed. I don't really talk about it a lot. But Tommy was the hitman. But in terms of defense, y'all guys, you watch his fight, he didn't know how to block a punch or nothing. He didn't know how to block a punch or anything. And so that's when, but I was ashamed, I was scared, and it's not a shame to say, hey, Emmanuel, why should I say that? Cause Tommy Hearns, he was champ. He had the belt. Everybody loved him. He was a hell of a boxer, but he lacked defense. He lacked defense. And everybody, the guys that say your best defense is your offense, I'm not getting that trainer. I'm not going to get that trainer. If he say your best defense is your offense, throw all these offensive punches, I'm not getting him.
Tim Sr., I got another question.
You got to do both of them. You could be successful without it, but you might pay the price. You might pay the price if you don't have a good defense, and you won't be able to talk. You won't be able to comprehend things when your career is over. You definitely need both of them. Don't just say all offense is going to get you there. It will, but you might pay the price.
You're a living testament to that,
That's
my
what
brother.
I was told by the old timers.
Hey, Tim Sr., we brought this question up a couple weeks ago, and I'm curious to get your opinion. We know what Tim Jr.'s opinion is, but are there any heavyweights or boxers that are, in the heavier weight classes of today that could actually compete with the boxers in your era or the eras before? Or basically, how would they do? Could you take a Wilder or a Fury and put them in your era, and how would they do?
Yeah, I don't think that. Let's say Tyson, not Tyson Fury, but Tyson would be able, to me, to do a lot of damage in our era, even though he was quick and fast and got you out of there. But Tyson Fury has no defense. I love the brother. Me and you know, I was over in England with them guys, with the Gypsies. I spent a lot of time with them. They have their own community. They don't mess with the English people. They do, but they don't. They don't call the police if something happened in their neighborhood or in their area. They don't call the police. They handle. They got a senior guy in their crew that handles all that stuff. But I don't believe during our time, Tyson got heart. But I do believe he would have got hit with left hooks and right hands, and I don't think he would have last, because his defense is holding and then letting go. That's his defense. And he backs up when you approach him. When you approach him with aggression, he backs up all the time. I was taught to stand your ground and make a miss. You can step back, but your best bet is to stand your ground and make a miss and then retaliate back. But Tyson doesn't do that. He'll go back, and then if you get too close to him, he'll grab you. I didn't like the hold, and I love the brother, but I didn't like it. Sometimes it got boring when Tyson hold and then hit like this, you know. But it worked for him and the people in England, and the Gypsies. But I didn't like, that was the boring part of the fight, when Tyson grabbed and hit. Instead of putting his hands up inside and bang from there, go right back to defense, bang, right here, keep your hands here, instead of bouncing all the way back and then starting all over again with his attack. When he could be inside with his hands up, and it's beautiful. The art of staying inside and delivering your punches is really beautiful, and that was the negative part of him. If you guys watch him, he always go back when somebody approach him. I didn't like that. You know, if I'm coming at you, he'll go back. Check it out. And you check his tapes out. You see, he always go back when somebody be aggressive to him.
Mm-hmm. I got a question.
I held the pads with him in England about 10 years ago, and he can punch. I held the pads with him.
I got a question.
And real quick, this what happened. What? Okay, I was going to tell you something that they did to me, and I had to school them on it.
Yeah.
They wanted me to spar with Tyson Fury, and I told them, I said, "Look, man, I'm a former champion. I've been retired for this is when I knew. Wait a minute, this is when I knew they didn't really know that much in the boxing game and the boxing stuff. They know stuff." But this is when I knew. They said, Tyson want to spar you about 3 or 4 rounds. And I said, wait a minute, I'm a former champ. I'm retired. Why are you asking me to spar you? Plus, I'm way older than them. I said, that's like disrespect, man. I'll get in there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm retired 10 years. So that showed me how much knowledge they had in their camp. That's all I wanted to say.
So,
they just want to make a headline with you in it. Tyson Fury knocks out Tim Witherspoon in sparring.
Right.
You know?
So my question is this.
Yeah.
But in this era right now, would you have been a champion? In your mindset.
If I was in shape. If I was in shape, all I have to do is be in shape. There's no skills. Yeah. I don't see no skills. I do see people in shape throwing a lot of punches, but I don't see the stuff I seen when I used to watch Joe Frazier, watch all those guys, and during my era, I didn't see no slipping. A lot of these guys don't slip. A lot of those guys don't got the overhand right, but there is a lot of them that do it now. But I think in shape, I would have a lot of fun getting in the ring nowadays. It's easy to detect what they're doing.
And and if you had Tim Jr. to look out for you, and Tim the Third in the gym with you, bro, I mean, that would be an unbeatable combination. And I'm serious, man. It'll bring a smile to the show. Can you imagine a prime Tim Witherspoon with his
How old are you now?
65.
I'll be 66 in a couple. I'll be 66 in a couple of weeks. I'll be 66 in a couple of weeks.
I'm about to go fucking run a couple miles. Fuck that. Hell no.
My son
looking good. Fucking
my son.
Right.
Hey, listen. Thank you. My son know more than a lot of those trainers that's out there. I'm telling you. Tim Jr. No, because I went out there a couple of times. I was watching these trainers. I was like, I couldn't believe that Deontay Wilder went and got an amateur trainer. I was with Deontay. No, not Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder went and got Malik Scott, who was everybody's sparring partner. I love the brother. He got mad at me when I talked about him because this is what people want to hear, the truth. Okay, Tyson Fury got Manuel Stewart's nephew. I couldn't believe that. Anthony Joshua got an amateur coach training him, and I know Anthony. I talked to him. I said, "Yo, man, won't you listen? I could really help you." He's like, "No, T." He's like, "No, T. I got my team, man. I'm all right." I could have saved him. I could have saved Deontay Wilder. I could have, and Dylan White is tough. Dylan White, he tough. I hung out with Dylan White. He's down to earth. But like the rest, I was with all those guys over there. The rest of those guys, if they would have had help from some of them old time trainers, we were seeing some really good fights. No backing up. You can back up. You can back up, but stand your ground, make them miss, and make them pay. That's the old time. Stand your ground. You can back up when you want to, but stand your ground, slip, make them miss, and make them pay.
So Tim,
keep your hands up and have a good jab.
This Encyclopedia Britannica right here, bro.
Oh yeah.
Are you processing all that, or is just with you genetically?
All right. There they go.
What you saying, Tim? Tim is molded and his dad is showing him stuff.
How big is he? How big is this guy?
I'm about like
he almost 6 foot.
Yeah.
And how do you?
Yup. He gonna be taller than me. He gonna be taller than me and his dad.
How old is he?
17.
Oh, shit.
17. Okay.
He just
he's a good dude.
Is he boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some shoes to fill, dog. How you gonna do that?
Middleweight.
What you gonna do, man?
I was born to do it, man. There's not much I could say about it.
You got to tell me something, shit, because I'm gonna look out for you.
Well, is there a lot on his shoulders? I'm gonna say real quick, and I think Tim should talk, but I'm gonna say something real quick. It's hard work. You got to come in and be dedicated. You got to work hard. There's a lot. I felt like kind of bad because there's a lot on your shoulder, Tim. People going to expect you to do this and that. So I'm encouraging you to work as hard as you can. That's why I go back in the back and go hit that hammer straight away. I go back and hit that hammer, and then because I know you're gonna have a lot on your stuff, man. I feel kind of bad. You're gonna have to work hard, champ. He's a good boxer too. He's a good boxer. And I lost two amateur fights. I lost my first one, and I lost my last. What?
I believe Tim.
I lost my first amateur fight, and I lost my last one.
I believe Tim Jr. was telling us that story a while back. He said he says a curse that all y'all go through it.
Damn. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
What's the curse?
But when coaches know that you are the grandson of Tim Witherspoon, they can be like, "Oh, that motherfucker is the grandson. You better come with your best. So you better stay on your game, son. I'm telling you right now, don't slip. They coming, and they like.
Hey, I don't gotta say nothing.
They got they coming. I'm telling you right now, like Deion Sanders says, they coming. You better be ready.
It's even worse than that because we in the Philly area. So, yeah. So it's like. My dad turned pro in '79. Then we haven't stopped being a part of Philly boxing since '76.
Damn.
So we can go in any gym in Philly and people will know who my son is. Don't know who Tim is. We call him Tim. So when we show up to these fights or when people show up to our fights, it's going to be rough. It was rough on me. My nose is gonna be real rough on him.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna be in Jersey for Christmas, New Year's. I'm coming by the gym.
You got to, man. Dad, he's over in Trenton. He's right in Trenton, Dad.
Yeah. I'm coming.
We all listen. We all gonna have to make a little family reunion in Philly over here.
Oh, for real.
Tim, you got the Nico watch curse going, bro. They're gonna be watching you.
I'm gonna bring my little grandson with me.
All right.
I'm coming to the gym. Fuck that.
Say it's 2, right?
Yeah, he only 2, man.
I kind of
listen.
Tim.
Both of you guys together, though. Tim and I, we talked about weights, and Tim said in hindsight, he wishes he should have lifted weights when he was boxing. What do you think about that?
Well, I needed somebody to help me with the weight. Somebody that's a professional. We got a guy, Omar, that's in Tim's gym that know exactly how far to push you with the weights and how far to go and how far and when to stop. This is what we didn't have when I first started fighting, because the old heads didn't want you lifting weights at all, but they let you chop wood. So nowadays, everybody moved up like George Jefferson into the east side, and they lifting weights, but they know exactly how much to do and how much not to do. So I would encourage Tim to start lifting. Tim, his dad, would be on top of that.
Well, let me add one. Let me say one thing. Now Pop,
no problem.
Tim Witherspoon champ, you ain't had no problem knocking motherfuckers out. You had that strength. You had it. You didn't need that shit. But right now,
no, you talking about me? You talking about me or my son?
I'm talking about you. Like if you say you didn't live,
I had the delivery.
Yeah, so you had that power. You had that.
No, I lift a little. I lift a little.
Okay, so a little bit. If
I lift the little weights. Yeah, but my trainer didn't want us lifting.
Right. In so many ways.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
With that, and you said some key things. There's a way to do it and a way not to do it. But for guys that are coming up like your grandson middleweight, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is freak. The strongest people in the world, athletes, are gymnasts. I'm telling you, pull-ups and dips, pull-ups and dips. Do that shit religiously. Then the only thing you need to do with them weights is punches. You got 3-minute rounds, right?
Yeah.
You got to be able to punch for 369 for 12 minutes. You need to be punching with them 3.5-pound dumbbells, 5-pound dumbbells, 10-pound dumbbells. 2 minutes here, 2 minutes here, 2 minutes here. Rest 1 minute, and this is your weight training.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
And then you got to hit that fucking bag. Hit that bag hard as you can, long as you can. And then do your road work and sit-ups. Ain't nobody will touch you because you got the talent. You do those 3 things, you're going to be strong as hell. I'm telling you. Because a lot of these guys don't know how to add the weight in, like your grandpa said. They don't know how to add the weight training in. And then you look like Deontay Wilder did in that second fight when he went to 217 to 238. That shit didn't help him. But you punch some dumbbells, you punch, and then hit that bag.
I think the skills didn't help him. I think the skills. Hey, listen. I think the skills didn't help Dante. It's just the skills. He got the right hand, but he has nothing else. And he's tall. Huh?
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
He has nothing else.
And that's
bro.
Just the right hand.
You can't fake your way to a bronze medal in the Olympics. He definitely has something besides that right hand.
I mean,
no. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Real quick, Dad. Let me say something.
Go ahead.
You can't fake your way to a bronze medal, but in my opinion, it is easier as a heavyweight to do that. Because there is not that many athletic heavyweights, and you can see it in the pros right now. I can see if you were talking about when Holyfield and them and what's his Terrell Biggs and all them were there. There was a different skill level, but right now there's heavyweights right now that are pros that are faking it to the top. And I'm not saying that it don't happen in other categories, but if you want to say, if I was going to manufacture someone, a great white hope or a great black hope or a great Mexican hope, I'm going to try to do it in the heavyweight category. I'm not going to try to do it. I'm not going to try to do it in a welterweight or middleweight category. If I wanted to give somebody with the least amount of skills to win a heavyweight championship, I'm going to put them up against Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua. I'm not going to put them up against Devin Haney, Teofimo, or Tank Davis.
Right.
It's just
that makes sense.
It's just a little bit different.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, TMC, what do you think about? Because somebody had asked or mentioned Deontay Wilder's power, and you have people who say he's the hardest puncher of all time, which I don't agree with. But what do you think? Because he's tall, he can get a lot of leverage, and he knocked these guys out, but certainly not the same crop of heavyweights from your era and then some of those eras going back.
Well, let me say this: his first 20 opponents wouldn't get approved by the boxing committee to fight me, or Greg Page, or maybe I don't know, maybe light heavyweight. So when you go in front of the commission and try to make a fight, the first maybe 25 of the guys he fought, they wouldn't let him fight us. So he fought 25 guys or whatever where the commission, they let him do it. But if I was fighting, they would say, no, you got to get somebody better.
In one of those fights, we were there. I fought on this show. We fought on the same card.
Okay, Tim, tell him about it. Tell him about it, Tim.
I'm just saying, I told him.
Tell him, Tim.
We were in Cincinnati, and I don't know how many fights he had at the time, but the guy that he fought was wearing regular Nikes and regular shorts, like they got him like right outside on the street. Now, and I just like my dad, I play politics and tell you that I like Deontay Wilder, but the truth is,
me too.
That there's a different manufacturing, a different what do you call those rappers that we think are industry plant?
Yeah.
There's different plants in the game now than there was back then. I'm telling you, Mike Tyson,
Manchurian candidates.
Even though Mike Tyson, they said that he had some easier fights and stuff like that. At least them guys were really boxers, they were really fighters. I fought on the same card as Deontay Wilder, Adrian Broner. They have an Olympian that's from there. Where you guys on? Rasheed Wallace. The only one that had a fight like that was Deontay Wilder. The only one.
Yeah, I think Rasheed Warren. He's the smaller.
And Dante just got the right hand.
He 3-time Olympian, Rasheed Warren. But Deontay Wilder has gotten better since then. He has gotten 100% better since then. I cannot, I cannot neglect the point to say that I've been retired for 9 years already, and that fight happened when I was still pro. So he had a lot of time to grow and a lot of time to get better.
Hey, so let me ask you a question. What do you think about the heavyweight card in Saudi Arabia?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What do you think about that
heavyweight
card in Saudi Arabia? Wilder's fighting Joseph Parker, and what's his name? Who's fighting?
Anthony Joshua, Otto Wallin.
I tell you, the best player on the card for me is Big Baby Miller and Daniel Dubois. That's a lot of credit in that fight.
Big Baby never in shape.
Okay.
If
so
let
me ask you guys a question. Is the drug testing going to be different over there?
That's a good question.
Probably not.
What's the commission over there? Is it going to be like a WBC?
They take the commission over there. The commission goes over there. I don't think the Saudi Arabians.
They're going to drug test for sure.
The Saudi Arabians.
Won't an organization like VADA come in and take over the drug testing? The promoter will say, "Hey, this is who's going to test for drugs," because of His Royal Highness, man. This guy is doing it right. I got to say, he's treating everybody like their royalty. He's not quivering about money. I mean, dude, he's already got the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world scheduled for, what is it, February 17th?
Wow.
They might be trying to see somebody catch a body. You know, rich people get off about some weird stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
They got the money to pay for it. They might be trying to see if somebody can actually.
I don't think they give a damn. They don't care. I don't think they care. I don't think they care.
Hey, what's the purse? What are they making? What are they making?
Dude, he's spending.
Now they're selling out money. The Saudis are basically giving away money these days.
It's like 500 million out there.
They give them a gift too when they get there. They'll give them like a nice Rolex and you know what I'm saying. They
I didn't go. See, I was supposed to go like to the Tyson Fury last fight, but I burned my hand. I'm making an excuse. I burnt my hand on grease cooking right here, and I burned my stomach with the grease. I hit this frying pan and all the grease flew on me. They was gonna pay me $15,000 just to come for the weekend. And then, like you said, when they got there, they gave them watches that was worth just as much as the $15,000. So I missed out on that. I won't miss out on another one though.
Right.
Hey, take me with you. I got a passport, senior.
How about we all go, David?
Stay away from that frying pan.
Well, you know, the Gypsy. Well, the Gypsy brothers called me. James Ward and this other brothers that I know from Liverpool. Kenny Rainsford, who used to be Ernie Shavers. I continue to I used to be his. Well, I'm still his friend. I'm just saying we cool and everything. They set it up for me to come over. But I know Tyson Fury and all his people. James Ward, I know him. He said to do a lot of stuff for him. But now I regret not going over there anyway. But I was kind of scared. And when they had the thing in Israel fighting, I was kind of scared to go. Tommy Hearns didn't go. There's a couple other people that didn't go, but I could have used the money, guys.
Damn, I would got that. Shit.
I'll go this time, but I had my clothes and everything ready. And I had my clothes and everything ready, and I was gonna go, and then I said, nah, I ain't gonna go. My hand was burned up, all that grease fell on my hand, but I was gonna make a last minute decision, and I just said nah. I was scared. I'm a punk, guys. I'm a punk. I was scared. Huh?
You gotta get that ninja foodie cooker.
Your mother didn't want you to go either.
Well, what you guys got?
No, my mom didn't want me to go. My mom was saying, "Go ahead, Tim."
He been a single parent since I was 13 years old. I'm 39 years, so he was fighting, you know, and raising kids by himself.
Wow.
You know, at home cooking for us, taking me to the gym, still taking care. I got 2 younger sisters that live with us. So at the age of 13, he started being a single father and taking care of us, and still fighting into his 40s to take care of us. So a lot of people don't understand that. I think over in Japan, he's known as the boxing.
Don't make
father.
me cry, Tim.
In Japan, he's known as the boxing dad because of that.
Yeah.
Nice. That
is good.
Yeah.
Okay, youngster, your turn.
No, I was. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys. Let me say this. Me and Tim may bump a little tiny heads, but let me say this real quick. It's important.
We're not saying.
I never had to chastise Tim. I swear it on my life. Right now, I never. Listen, on maybe twice. I only hollered at him twice in his whole life, 3 times maybe in his whole life. I never had hit him. When you come into the house, you don't even know he's there. So I never had to. I didn't never put my hands on. Tim was 8 months old, and me and his mom was sitting there, and he wouldn't go to sleep. So I tapped him on his leg a couple of times. He started crying, and I left him alone. But I never had to discipline him. I'm not telling you a lie. I never had to say, go over there. Stop doing this. When you come into the house, you don't even know he's there.
Me and T3 being here fighting.
And he's still taking care of his kids.
I got 4 daughters. Wait a minute, 5. I got 5. I got and I never. My daughter Mimi Mecca, I had to grab her up, but all my other daughters, I never put my hands on them, and I'm proud of that. As the years went on, and I realized, I said, wait a minute, I never gave Tim a beating. I never gave my son a beating. I hollered at him maybe 3 times in all these years. I swear, I never had to holler at him for.
Now, how many
I got it good. I had it good.
That's what I want to know. How many did you get?
I can't remember. I got no more than 10. No more than 10.
We come from
no more than 10. There was 10 of. It was 8 of us. It was 8 of us in a 3-bedroom house. 8 of us. It's 8 of us. Ralph, Anthony, Steve. Then me, then Cheryl, Rosalind, Bernard, and Louise. We had to share beds for so many years, and this one switched with that bed.
I'm gonna come back.
I was happy to leave. I was happy to leave, man.
Hey, none of the girls got.
I was happy to leave.
I know some of the girls got.
His sister, Tim's sister could fight. Ayana, we call her the piranha. We call Yaya the piranha. But other than that, I got it good, man. I had it good. I ain't had to really chase my kids. Just one daughter I had to get serious with her. Just because, she wanted to get married and but be involved with this dude, and it was too soon. So that's it, man. I got away with murder. I didn't have to really do that much with my kids. Maybe they take after me. Maybe it's my blood in them. Because I don't really do too much either. I didn't really give my mom a hard time.
Can you imagine dating Tim? Can you imagine dating Tim Witherspoon's daughter, and he's not happy about it, and you got a guy like this come knocking on your door? I mean, you might as well go into the monastery and become a priest.
Bruce, it's all of us. I'm the only boy, and it's still hard for my girls. It's still hard for he got high standards. He got high standards for us.
I don't know if you know, man, but Mr. T has a daughter, and she's a comedian. She tells a story about her dad pulling up on people's cribs with the hands in Chicago. Hey, that would be terrifying.
Wow.
But look, guys, as
I pity.
As T3's father, I gotta say that it's time for him to go to bed because he got school tomorrow.
Let Tim talk and then we can leave. Let Tim.
All right, we can let him talk, but we got a documentary.
Let Tim talk for about 2 minutes.
I gotta be at the gym at 6:30 tomorrow because we're shooting a documentary on Joe Frazier at the gym.
And I gotta be there at 11, right?
You gotta be there at 11. It's gonna be on the CW network. So you guys know the CW.
Okay.
Yeah, they're coming to the gym tomorrow to shoot a documentary on Joe Frazier. They're having my dad, one of his ex-wives come to the gym, and someone that used to sing with Joe Frazier all come to the gym tomorrow. So I got to be there at 6:30 because I'm the no offense to the other Tims, I'm the one that's putting everything together at the
master of ceremony.
Middle Tim is putting everything together, so I got to be there at 6:30. But Tim,
okay, we get this. Right, wait, you mean them right there? But so Joe Frazier used to call me Wooder all the time, Wooder, right? And I thought that was special. I used to go to his gym. He showed me how to put the weight. He showed me how to put the weight on my left leg and throw the hook. Even though Slim was my trainer. And then when we went to England, I did a tour with him. right? And so his agent was there. He was a black dude, his agent. So I said, man, I was proud. I said, you know what? Joe called me Wooder, man. Man, that's cool. I feel special. His agent said, yeah, the reason why he called you Wooder because he can't say Witherspoon. I was like, yeah, I felt that was special. He said, yeah, the reason why he called you Witter because he can't say Witherspoon. Everybody started laughing. I was like, oh, okay, that was in England. He did a tour and then he died about half a year after he came home. He called me Witter and I thought that was special because he didn't say Witherspoon. And now his agent told me that's the reason why, because he can't say Witherspoon. I was like, hey man, y'all should have laughed on that one.
All right. Tim, okay. On the way out, do you have a nickname? A fighting nickname?
T3 is a very cool name.
I told him it'd develop. I told him
T3 sounds like
I told him did develop.
Yeah.
I didn't get my name.
Let your grandson talk, man.
Okay, because we could do this again. Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
It's in development, but I feel like it would be wrong just to take another name, and I just kind of have to take theirs. But I'm gonna make my own, thing with it, and just make it even bigger than it ever was. So
I like that.
All right.
I got a question for you, Tim. I got a question. So we already all I did an exhibition, Pop did the exhibition, and you fought on one show. You fought on a show. That was big. How does it feel to be tied in with us right now on the podcast and hearing all these stories and you might have not even realized that Pop was a single parent when I was 13. Yeah, hearing things like that, how does that feel?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to hear all this, and I'm grateful for it. But it's crazy,
I babysit you too, Tim.
Yeah, he did. It was a good old days.
Go ahead.
It was crazy.
Your dad,
but the first fight, that was my first fight, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
You remember when your dad used to bring you over? Do you remember when your dad used to bring you over and drop you off with Lanaya?
Sometimes.
You remember that?
A little bit, not too much, but
man, it was every weekend almost.
It
was a lot.
Hey. That's cool. I'm still on this question. It's taking a long time, but I mean,
okay, Tim, you're gonna have to learn how to when we get in these things. You got to speak. You got to speak a lot. You got to speak a lot too. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not trying.
Go ahead.
Be like,
go ahead, Tim.
But the fight was pretty big, and
hello.
I was nervous as of what I thought it would be, but I just got in there and I had to fight my fight.
So what you're saying
okay.
None of your grandfather being who he is makes you think any different. You don't worry about that. You just worry about yourself, is what you're saying.
I mean, I really don't think about it when I'm about to get in the ring and stuff. I just want to fight.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to feel the same way.
It is a lot of pressure, though. It is a lot of pressure.
I'll be in the dressing room.
Expectation.
I'll be right before the fight. People coming up to me, you got so much pressure on you. I'm in the dressing room about to go out. You know what I mean? And I can imagine, you're the third one. So you have your grandfather, you have me, and then you have you. So and this
I
is
feel
the last
sorry for him.
No, you shouldn't. I don't think that it's a feel sorry thing, because I think that he is strong, and the way that you look right now and the way that you're talking, it's strong. And we really never even had this conversation. I think it's because we just live this boxing thing and we just do it every day.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to ask him is,
You just feel like this is what you were born to do, basically, is what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing much to it, really. I mean, I don't really have a backup plan besides trade school, you know, but this is like the thing that I do every day. It's the thing that I look forward to coming back from school and stuff. And like, it's fun to do.
Yeah.
Make sure you get that education just in case you break your hand permanently or you get damaged, so you can go back on that other skills too. So work on both of them. Work hard on both of them, Tim.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Work hard on both of them.
I strictly want him to be an electrician. I don't even want him to fight. I just want him to be like a plumber. something that he can support himself. Maybe move out of my house one day. You know, but I just want my son to have a good life and be able to support himself whatever way he wants to do it. You know, that's it.
Hey, have him holler at me, Tim. I can tell him.
When we're going to have another podcast.
You need your own podcast. You need to come on here. You need every Sunday. You need to come on.
We got a podcast. I'll be on Bruce's. and we be on. I got a podcast every Friday night.
You're on my podcast right now because I'm sharing 86. I'm sharing Josh's podcast. So I'm getting in my room.
Going everywhere.
This is back-to-back nights that you're on my channel, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Big Tim and T3, bro. Dude, you got the whole future in front of you, man. You got two of the best in your corner. I mean, this show's all about the three generations of the Witherspoons over here, because this is like he's got the pressure of Ali Walsh on him. You know, I mean, Muhammad Ali's grandson is boxing now.
Ali, yeah.
Ali Walsh.
Maybe one day
maybe you can fight Nico Ali Walsh down the road. Imagine that, man.
If he's still here, yeah. But maybe you guys can have T3 on just him alone, man, standing alone by himself and getting some insight from him. When there's 4 Tims on the panel,
What's not
it's not that easy, you know. When you say Tim, everybody's trying to chime in. So I think that would be a good idea, having just him on one day.
I'm not having any problem with it.
I'm used to it, man. When I'm on here, I'm Skywalker. So.
Yeah, I got Skywalker, I got T3, I got Junior, I got Tim, and I got Josh. I mean, dude, it's all no problem. Not even a second thought.
Yeah, let's definitely do it. Yeah, and you got your head on straight to want it, and then just knowing and keeping that discipline. That's what helps young fighters right there for sure. So yeah, keep that.
Yeah, man. I say I'd love to have you back on.
I'm willing to come on again.
We know.
Yep, no problem. You're gonna have to keep in touch with me and let me know, okay?
Yeah.
All right, Tim.
Questions that'll make you think.
Definitely. But all right, we going to
go ahead.
Tim.
Hey, before you go, I got Archie Moore's daughter, Jay Marie. She's coming on with me Friday night, 8:00, man. Nice. Check it out, bro.
Okay.
Send me a link.
When do we go on? We go on at 8 with my podcast is 8:00, Bruce.
You can watch the replay. I'll watch the replay of yours because, man, we all do such a beautiful.
Let's get Brian to come on. Let's get Brian to come on. You're together and have a show with her. Because I was with Archie Moore. I had a chance to be with him. One of the nicest persons I ever met. Nice, cool, and calm. And I was with Archie Moore in training camp, and he was training people. And I had the privilege to be with him, talk to him. He liked me, and we was talking all the time. Get up in the morning next day, eat breakfast. That was really good, man.
Hey, we'll talk
before ready to go too, Tim.
We'll talk before Friday night, and I'll see if I can get you on there. But this is the first time that I've spoken to her. It'll be the first time I've spoken to her on a show. And today's Archie's birthday, by the way.
Oh yeah.
110 years old today, and that's how we got talking. And right now she's doing interviews today with Mike Weaver, and she's doing interviews with Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. And I said, J. Marie, just give me a time and we'll do it. And she said, 8 o'clock.
Eddie Mustafa.
So I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to her, get those memories of Archie Moore stirred up. And Tim, we'll talk before that, and maybe you can join us and join in the conversation because, bro, you know what, you're the connection to Archie. You guys are. I'm just a host, bro. I'm just honored to be sitting in the background and listening to you cats. Tupac 13, Charles D, Remy, my brother.
Okay.
All you cats out here, man. Thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate it, man. Josh is a great guy for putting on this show. And he's got a new format. We're on 4K over here, I think, aren't we, bro?
Yeah, it's better resolution than the $20 plan.
Yeah, I guess or maybe it's 1080p. The other one is like 720 or something like that. But yeah, it looks good. But yeah, definitely welcome for it. Thanks for dropping by.
My son had me ready to get on. Just
in my face, you know. And this is just
the next podcast.
Okay. All right.
I'll see you guys later.
See you, everybody. Thank you.
Love, champ. Thank you.
Peace, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, champ.
Thank you, champ.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. See you at the next one. See you at the next one.
And Coach Tobler said he was going to come back on too. He left, and before he left, he said I'll be back on in a second. So
yeah.
Oh yeah,
man. You know, Coach Tober gonna show up to the gym talking that cash money, man. I'd pay to see that.
Oh yeah, certainly. But no, that was a good one. Appreciate everybody dropping by. That was a good one.
Witherspoons, and we had Coach Tobler. You know, he said he was going to come in after the fight, win or lose. You know, and unfortunately, it didn't go their way. But he's holding his head high. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
He sold the fight too. Coach Tobler sold the fight, guys. He really hyped it up, man. He's catching a lot of criticism. You know, people are going to be trolls. You know, regardless. But you got to love the guy for hyping this fucking fight up. I was so hyped up when that fight. It was fight day. You know, fight week. He had me excited, bro. So
man, come with the territory, bro.
Yeah,
that's part of the game. You know, you write a check, and you got to be able to cash it. You know, you can't cash it, but at the same time, the trainers can't get in the ring with the fighters, man. It's all them.
Yeah, they do what they can. He hyped it up, man. They were very confident. But,
dude, I guarantee you, his stock rose from that. There's probably people calling him right now. Because even though Regis couldn't get to Devin, he never got tired. Maybe he got tired of getting punched in the face and not being able to hit him. He played the best mental
warfare against Devin, bro. He played the best, better than Cambosos or
mm-hmm.
Like mental warfare. They really got under their skin, huh?
well, you know, Devin was just he pitched he did an incredible job. He pitched a shutout. You know, it shows us once again. And I hate to even say it, but fucking levels in this game.
Yeah,
and Haney is on a level, bro. And especially when I heard today that he came in at $165. I mean, that's not a size, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that until it was mentioned here on the live. That's
165.
Hey, look, but that shows you the difference in the levels, though. If you're learning stuff from a childhood. If you got 7 or 15 years of learning boxing from childhood versus you getting 15 years of learning boxing from adulthood at age 18, you still got room to grow as taking it from childhood versus taking it as an adult. You know, it seems like people who are adults, they don't learn things as fast, or they're not as much of a sponge as they were when they were kids. So Devin definitely had a better or easier, I won't say easier route, but he definitely had a more, I don't know, a preferred method of learning boxing versus doing it from being an adult.
Right.
It showed. It showed.
Salute, Marky, brother. Thank you for stopping by, man. Peace.
Yeah, we had Team Donaire stop in too. They're in Florida, WBA convention. We had the father-in-law pop in and say what's up to everybody. So shout out to Team Donaire coming in. Talk to Jerry.
Oh yeah, man. It's a blast. It's a blast doing these lives like this, man.
Hey man, who do y'all got in the Bam Rodriguez fight? Holy crap!
It's a good fight, man. He's kind of slick with it, but Bam can crack too, and he's slick. He's got good defense.
The Irish kid is the truth.
I'm leaning towards Bam, bro. Bam's proven though, man. He's been right.
A year ago, they were talking Bam in the pound for pound until he got hurt.
He beat the top dogs already, man. So it's like, we know that he's on that level, that Jesse Bam, and we know Sonny Edwards. I mean, do we know that he's on that? We know he's on that level.
Sonny Edwards is not a game. I'm telling you, he's not to be played with, bro.
Right. Yeah, I think it's 50-50.
Yeah, they got a couple of European fighters over there that got the skills with them.
It's on American soil. It's going down in Phoenix, so it's not in the UK. So
it is true.
Yeah,
as long as it's not in New York City, because people from Europe get overly excited about being in New York City. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, Marky got salute, my brother. He says, I got Sonny. He has a date with Clarissa's. Did you guys see the Clarissa Shields debacle, guys?
Yo, I saw it, man. My man hit her cold. That left hook was cold, bro.
Did you hear the coach on Pro Box? He went on Pro Box.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
The coach of Arthur, the Russian fighter that knocked out Clarissa Shields, that's being accused of having no padding. Because remember, she said that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's like a criminal accusation.
Defamation.
Right? Yeah,
it happened 5 years ago, bro.
Yeah, but it's coming out. It's surfacing now. With that interview or whatever, right?
It's a non-issue, bro. They're not going to be able to find the gloves. They're not going to find witnesses. I mean, it's just YouTube bullshit.
Yeah, the coach is on the defense. So
girls don't fight guys. What the fuck, man?
The first thing I thought was Clarissa got a fight coming up soon, and this is some great promotion. That's the first thing I thought.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Then she wanted to fight Keith Thurman.
Bro, that was just fucking crazy. Imagine what Keith Thurman would do to her in a real fight.
Right? Yeah, insane the way she's called out like him, Sean Porter, and Triple G before as well.
And this dude's got. Let me pull up his record, man. I think he's got about 4 knockouts.
She got real work in with Earl Spence, right? She did an interview when she was talking about Earl was giving her them body shots like he give them to regular dudes. So I mean, she's been hit by some real punchers. I don't know if maybe he took it a little too easy on her and she got hype about it, but.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I've seen, you see the girls, they generally spar with guys in the gym and all that stuff. Some of the guys mostly just hold back kind of just to allow them to get that work in. But yeah, she's at a 160, 154 up in that range. So yeah, she could, get in there and move around probably some smaller guys. But yeah, when you're talking about that elite level, even the elite level amateurs who are around her size, I don't think she stands a chance as a female beating one of those elite amateurs.
You know who's somebody that people are going to have to contend with sooner than later? Shadeja Green.
All right, female Mike Tyson right there.
Holy crap.
Oh, yeah, she's fighting this weekend.
Yeah.
Man, you give that girl 3-minute rounds?
Yeah,
I'd love to see her in 3-minute rounds.
Bro, this guy's name is Otters Amatos. He's got a record of 6-1 with 2 knockouts, and he's been knocked out.
Amatos.
Amatos, yep.
Yeah, apparently Rolly knocked him out. Rolly Romero.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, Rolly is good for boxing.
Yeah, Rolly knocked him out.
I like Rolly, man. I mean, I'm not calling him a world-class boxer, but I think he's good for boxing. When that dude starts talking, it's worth a good laugh.
It is.
I mean, I think he comes from like Taekwondo or something like that. He comes from one of the karate disciplines, but he can hit, he can punch, man. He's him, Rolly and my man Regis should probably get at it. That would be a great fight because Rolly trying to take the dude head off, and Regis ain't going nowhere. So I think that would be a great fight. Rolly's
got I don't know if he's a champ in recess or whatever the hell he is, but he's got a name at 140, and there's a lot of talent at 140. Rolly could make himself some retirement money if he just keeps his head on straight. Mm-hmm. And even if he gets beat up, he'll still be able to become a very, very expensive gatekeeper.
Rolly got a belt. They
WBA, a version of
that old man. They robbed that old man.
Ishmael Barosas, bro. And poor Ishmael, he was supposed to get another chance at becoming an intern. He didn't get that because of immigration problems with his opponent. And then, so
Rolly need to run that back. You know, he got to
Rolly won't do it because there's not enough dough in that. Rolly knows he wants Lopez, he wants Devin Haney, he wants big
Ryan. I want to see Ryan and Rolly.
I'll get some water. I'll be right back.
To be honest, man, Ryan and Rolly need to go over to the Misfits League.
Subriel and Tio should fight, and then Rolly and Ryan. That's I don't know.
Yeah.
Rolly and Ryan are like, they would be the kings of Misfits. They should go over there because, man, they talk trash. They don't have the necessary skills to be real professionals. You know, they should just go over to Misfits, go get the bag because the bag is definitely there to be had. You know, talk a little trash to the Pauls, some of the British dudes. You know, go get the bag.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's Tommy Fury. He's the Misfits real boxer over there.
Yeah. Lunch meat.
So yeah,
even the Team Combat League that's coming back in 2024. They're coming in March. They got some new additions. They got a lot of loot, man, and they're making pretty good money. You got pros that are fighting in Team Combat League. Don't affect their record. It's keeping them busy.
I was thinking the same thing, man. That would be a perfect place for Rolly, but Rolly's too big for that.
Yeah.
You know, Rolly wants 7 figures, man. You know, he wants to make the huge bucks.
I mean, Rolly talked his way into that money, man. That's what he did. He talked his way into it, and he's there for the getting. To be honest, man, people could say that Rolly was beating Tank prior to Rolly running into the to the NyQuil.
Shout out to Lance out there rolling with the punches. I seen Charles B, Slugger Sam. Thank you, cats, for coming by, man. We had a great show a while ago, man.
That's Frank.
Appreciate everybody.
We're just shooting the shit right now, man. We had the entire generations of the Witherspoons, grandfather, father, and son, man. T3, Tim Jr., and Big Tim Witherspoon, Terrible Tim himself, man. So it was a great show, and also we had Coach Evers Tobler come in here, bro. I mean, he's been with us for a while now. He's been on here several times. And the dude, I mean, you know, he could go hang his head in the sand. He could go fucking, you know, be bitter and shit. But nope, he's right back up here. He bit the bullet, ate the crow, and you know, he said he was going to come back even if he lost. And hey, that's boxing. There's got to be a winner. There's got to be a loser. And it's the way it goes, man. Just boxing doesn't die in one fight. It just moves on to the next.
Yeah,
you know?
Sometimes it happens when you're fighting the best. Hey, sometimes some losses come. Hey. You go back, fix some things, and get back in there and work your way to the top again.
Yeah.
Just one of those things.
We see how good Devin Haney is.
Yo, hey, listen, I'm adding Devin to my don't pick against squad. I got Anyway on there. Now I got Devin on there. I got Better Beeve on there. And I got Crawford on there, of course. I'm never picking against any one of those guys.
No, one thing Devin does not have, though, he does not have that knockout punch that those other fighters you just mentioned all have, man. That's one thing, you know, especially now that he's as big as he is. He's moving up in weight. He'll be fighting welterweight and who knows what else. But he's got he's got to get some pop.
Do you think his glove selection has something to do with it? Because I noticed in that fight, his gloves were like 3 or 4 times the size of Regis's gloves. Like they were huge. I feel like he got an advantage from having these big old.
I noticed that, but they have to weigh the same. Right now they can use different manufacturers. They have like you know, probably 50 manufacturers have been approved for boxing, but they have to be the same. If they're 8 ounce, they would have to be 8 ounce. And you know. Christ, you know, when I first started watching boxing, they were using horsehair gloves. You want to talk about gloves turn into a weapon? I mean, the horsehair would get displaced in the glove, and it would be bare knuckle. You watch the Thriller in Manila I just heard somebody talking about it the other day, and they were refreshing me on it. You want to talk about the floppy gloves? I mean, you saw it with Tyson Fury. Ali's gloves were flopping, but if you look closer, you can see the horsehairs displaced, and you can see right down to the knuckle, right down to the fucking taped knuckle. And those guys, man, they literally killed each other. And you can see that's one of the reasons why, man. Gloves make. I think they should go back because you're right, Ernest. I see these fighters wearing different manufacturing gloves. It looks like they got two different weapons on. One guy's got small ones, one guy's got big ones, and it's confusing to an already confusing sport,
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, Slugger. Yeah, he mentioned that they're hard hand protection gloves that Haney had on. Now I know they can. I know that certain boxers they have some that are preferred gloves. They say, "Oh yeah, this is a puncher's glove" or whatever. I don't know all the particulars and everything. I know Cleto Reyes is one that's preferred. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it can vary.
Pro Max.
Man, hey, that brings me to another point. I got beef about these guys. They're these ceremonial weigh-ins, right? All these guys are starting to do ceremonial weigh-ins now. So as a person who's watching the fight to pick it, I don't gamble, but I use the weigh-in as a gauge of how I really want to think the fight's going to go that day. We don't get to see them doing their weigh-ins and see if they're actually struggling or if their faces all.
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
Bill
Haney got a mole there. Every fight we know that who's came in underweight. We know in the community. You know what I'm saying? Like even though we don't see it, we know the casuals don't know.
Bill Haney was on Malachi's show yesterday, and everybody was criticizing the weigh-in because nobody saw it, and they heard all these rumors, and he said that his son had to take his fucking jockey shorts off just to get that extra 2 ounces. He just made 140, and they should be public weigh-ins, and they should be on the day of the fight. That's the way it was all the time, man. I mean, the reason it's not is it's you can read it out there because Michael Spinks and Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, they were fighting on HBO. It was same day weigh-ins, and it was they weighed in like 3 hours before the fight to start, and Eddie Mustafa didn't make the weight, and they had to cancel it. And HBO it didn't have any programming, and they bitched. They weren't going to have boxing anymore, and because of that, it was changed to next day weigh-ins, and it's been like that ever since. And now we got rehydrations, and I mean, just ridiculous. It's really making this sport a fucking joke. I can see why young people. I don't want to watch. I'd rather watch UFC.
Yeah, right.
No, it's just not. It's not.
They're the ones who started the ceremonial weigh-in stuff.
Well,
it's Advantage Vegas when they do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of money poured into them at this point. They generate a lot of funding from just having those weigh-ins. But yeah, that same day weigh-in argument, definitely one that could help with ensuring that you don't have a middleweight in there with the welterweight by the time the fight actually takes place, which is, but hey, if you can make the weight and you don't miss it, then I guess kudos in that regard. Even if you are bigger, you can get down there and you can actually make the weight and not miss it. Then yeah, it's just one of those advantages.
I remember back in the days, back in the afternoon boxing, they would say, if for a non-title fight, they set the weight if you were a lightweight 135, but they'd lean a pound one way or the other. They would let you get away with being a pound because they weren't that strict because they knew it wasn't like it is now where they're using PEDs and rehydrations and I mean look, damn, my mind is still blown with Haney coming into that fight at 165. That's fucking crazy, man. I got to look into that a little bit more.
Bruce, let me ask you this, Bruce, because I mean, I've heard some people talking about it before, and I'm not that old. I'm 43, right? So I've been watching boxing since I can remember. My grandmother was watching it, and I've been watching it ever since she watched it. So, have you ever heard of the commissions actually catching violations prior to the fight, or have they really just never actually caught some dirty stuff prior to the fight? Or is that true? Have they never caught anything? Because there's, there's clearly been violations, but it don't seem like they ever catch them.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's what can you catch? I mean, you can drug test for diuretics.
You can catch fists being wrapped with cast material.
Oh yeah, shit like that. They catch that all the time.
Catch that, yeah.
Boxing, many times. Shane Mosley when he fought Ricardo Mayorga, was that his name?
Yeah, Mayorga.
Yeah,
that was after the fight.
Margarita. It was Margarita. His trainer felt something in Margarita's gloves, and they went back to the dressing room. They rewrapped him. A piece of plaster fell out, and that was like on camera and everything. But there's been many chances. I mean, even after the fact, look at Billy Collins when he got killed by Louis Resto. It was on the Duran Davey Moore undercard, and the padding was taken off his gloves. It was down to just leather and a wrapped fist, a taped fist. And this kid was undefeated, and he beat him up so badly that he had to retire, and he ended up committing suicide a couple of years later because of because he was just so fucked up. But
the commission didn't catch it prior to the fight.
No. Actually, the commission doesn't catch it. It's got to be somebody in the camp. The commission, as long as you pass the tests, the commission aren't policemen. They don't watch you wrap the gloves. There'll be somebody there while you're wrapping the glove, but they don't watch everything that's going on. People can get stuff by them. It's up to the other camp. You got to be almost like you got to have members of your camp really vigilant, guys who know how to cheat, see how a cheater reacts. So it's a game. It's a cat and mouse thing.
Yeah, listen, man. When I be watching fights, I be watching everything. I be watching the bottles they be drinking out of. If it's a squirt bottle, if it's clear, if they're actually really cracking brand new water bottles open. Like I be watching all that stuff, trying to see, what's going on, because obviously I'm not there, and I feel like it's some funny stuff going on, and I just, I want to see if my brain's good enough to pick the right fighter, without the mumbo jumbo, the cheesy stuff.
Yeah, Margarito. I think he was proven, bro. I think he was suspended for a year, and he came back, and Manny Pacquiao beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, jacked up his eye. But yeah, he did get suspended, and of course it leaves a stain or taint on his overall legacy, considering he was pretty solid. And coming up, he knocked out a lot of guys. He was in there with some big guy or with some good competition, and he was tough to deal with. But yeah, that's one of the things that people questioned, whether he's been doing that or he had been doing that for a long period of time, or was it just that one incident, which is really interesting.
Hey, shout out to my sister Mayhem and Miracles. Thank you for coming by. And I noticed, man, you always share my broadcast. I appreciate that. I'm getting different people that come in and they say that you shared the show, and shout out to you, my sister. Go over there and give her a sub, man. She's out there in the chat.
Gonna do that, yeah. For those listening, give everybody a sub. Mayhem and Miracles, thank you. And Lance, thank you.
Lance is my brother. He's always supporting the show. Man.
Yeah, thank you for dropping by. Yeah, Rolling with the Punches had that question. He was mentioning that why was boxing so popular back then? Was it really they were good, or is it deeper? Well, I think they were good. There weren't as many options to make lucrative money, I think, back then compared to today. And of course, boxing was one of those top sports, and it was super popular because at those times, you wanted to get the pay that you could get, so you had to fight the best. And now, with all these new things out here, there's more ways to make money. So fighting the best all the time isn't necessarily the priority we've seen for some. Or they'll just wait and they'll fight them at a time they feel that, okay, I'll get in there with them now. He might be not the same fighter, things of that nature. That's how I look at it. I think, that's what has made the popularity kind of wane down when it takes so long to get the best fights made. Like Pacquiao, Mayweather, that took 5+ years or something like that. Spence Crawford, we all know it would have been cool to have seen them fight 3 or 4 years ago, but it takes forever for some of these big fights sometimes. And these are the names of the sport as well, the big names. So,
yep.
But yeah, cool. But
You
no,
showed me a picture of a fight in the early 1900s, and it was sold out Coliseum, and
yeah, that was Soldier Field there.
Soldier Field, yeah. I'm like,
Soldier Field, Chicago. I think it was the second Dipsy Tunney match, 1927.
About a crowded event. Shit.
They had over 120,000 people there, so yeah, very, very different these days. But in England, they usually do get a lot of people to come out. Like when Anthony Joshua fights, he can do 70,000 with just a regular opponent, a regular heavyweight that people don't really know. Right. Canelo, when he fights in certain locations, he can do big numbers as well.
Man, I don't know if you guys know. I mean, I've lived overseas in a bunch of different places. Soccer and certain other sports are they literally shut the whole city down for it. People dress up how they're going to dress up. They be outside singing and chanting, and it's like, you never see anything like it, bro. So they're really serious about their sports over there whenever they have them. It's definitely like it's straight tribal. Like you might, if you got somebody else's jersey on from some other soccer team, you might get beat up and drugged down the street somewhere, bro. And nobody's going to say anything to you.
Yeah, that is what it is over there for sure.
I got crazy video from like World Cup action over there. And man, everything shut down. The bars put all their chairs out in the middle of the streets, and they give you like whole bottles, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is. You saw Miguel. Hey, that's a trip right there. But no, that is good stuff. But cool, man. Yeah. I appreciate everyone coming on. I'm about to head out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a good discussion for sure. And hey, we got to do it again. Let me know. Always down for it. Everyone listening, be sure to go give everyone a like, subscribe, share the love. We're coming back another time.
Reserve.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys. Tap back in. We had the whole full Witherspoon family on the show. We had Coach Evans Tobler of Team Regis Progress come on the show. Rewind the show, check it out, man. Give everybody a like, subscribe to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. 86 Boxing for hosting the show. Ernest Johnson, you ready to promote your channel yet, bro?
I will be by the weekend.
All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Salute all.
Later.